right. Going up. Balls.
Oh, so it'll cut me in half and knock me down.
Trust me. I hope. Well guys, we are back in our wood shop and we've been talking about this hanging light on the second floor for a while in the silo, and we're finally got a plan together. Basically, it's gonna be a giant hollowed out square. So this is gonna be made of just your normal construction lumber 2x10s that we're gonna miter together and then drill holes for our lights. So we'll have 8 lights in there and it's gonna be hanging from the top floor of the silo. But to make it a little bit different, we're gonna try to rough it up to make it look like old barn beams. We wanted to use barn beams, but we didn't have any lying around. So we're gonna see how close we can replicate them. And then, yeah, at the end, we're just gonna have to find a way to get this lifted up there. We're gonna have to come up with some type of pulley system. It's gonna be heavy. It's just barely gonna fit through the door, so it's gonna be 78 inches by 78 inches, and we'll see how this goes. So we're gonna start cutting that up. Jake's gonna be working on the top floor a bit, so we're gonna get that finished, and then we're gonna do some things on the bottom floor as well. So we're gonna be all over the place, but let's get this cut up. What we got going on today is we got our hollowed out box beam put together, and this is essentially just 2x10s wrapped around each other and into a square. So now what we're trying to do is make it look like an old barn beam. So what we're doing now is just hacking at it with this adze axe, and it's just giving it that hand hewing look that you often see on those old barn beams in the barn. So really we're just going around it, giving it that hewn look. And then once it's all done, we're gonna come back and actually hit it with a wire brush and just really clean up a lot of this, and it'll also take off a lot of that softer grain wood, and it'll kind of make it look more weathered. So we finally finished taking the adze axe to this thing and gave it that rough hand-hewn look, and it turned out really nicely. It was a lot of work though, flipping this thing over on top of itself multiple times and just getting at it with the axe. I don't know how they did it back in the day, but man, I have a lot of respect for them, because the fact that they took just logs and made them into beams like that is insane to me. So, but now the next step is going to be drilling in these recessed lights and running wires to them. So basically I got the big hole saw here, and we're gonna pop some holes in this thing, and then after that we're actually gonna stain it right away. And the game plan for that is we're gonna take a color wash to it first, and that's essentially gonna get into the deep cracks and grooves, and then we're gonna go over it with this early American 230 to give it a kind of a light brown look to it. All right, so the stain didn't turn out quite like we wanted it to. The gray color wash just popped out too much and we didn't like it. It just didn't look natural. So we're actually taking it down to bare wood again, and we're just actually gonna do a pre-stain with the brown stain on top. So, and then on top of that, we're also gonna do a polyurethane coat to bring out the texture in the wood. So that's the new game plan. Kind of switched it up last minute. We just didn't like the way it looked. So yeah, I guess we're gonna live and learn on this one.
Now that our barn beam chandelier is all finished, we are going to try and hang this thing on the second floor ceiling. So what we got here is a rigged up system. Basically we got a 2x8 going across our rafters just because we didn't want to drill in directly to our king beam yet. And then we just mounted our pulley system to that. And what we're gonna do is basically tie it around our rafter, probably, or our chandelier, and then probably have 2 to 3 guys up here hoisting it up, and then we'll have 2 guys on the scaffolding mounting it to our ropes that are currently just dry hanging from the ceiling. And so right now we're got it loaded up in the back of the truck and just waiting on another brother to help us carry this thing out, because this thing is heavy and we're hoping that our pulley can handle it. So yeah, let's jump down there and see if we can get this thing unloaded and tied up. I thought you broke that.
Yeah, and that's why he's trying to get it in neutral.
Ready, Matt? We're waiting on TJ now. We got about 1 inch of play.
Matt, grab the foam.
Yeah, grab a couple pieces, yep.
If you guys measure this,
Yeah, just barely.
what are you doing?
See that? And you know that the special touch is taking the wire brush and really taking off that softer grain and giving it that weathered look. That is the WB difference. Hold it here. Tie her up. Yep.
Or we need the clevis.
Yeah, that we will need.
You guys have no clue what you're doing.
Does it look like I don't know what I'm doing? Cause
Yeah, no, actually.
This is mathematics. That's why you're gonna be up there.
try pulling it, Matt. We'll lift
Dude,
it.
she's heavy as shit. Yeah.
This pulley system you guys got is.
I might have to stop recording.
For what?
Matt needs help.
We're gonna help you lift at the same time. The
Yeah.
beauty of that second pulley is that it'll take the pressure off so you don't have to hold as much.
Yeah, not if the pulley doesn't work.
The bottom pulley isn't even attached to anything.
Do you understand pulleys?
I know a
We're gonna help you lift, just wait. We gotta wait for Tony.
Are you
Tony's
good,
gotta get
TJ?
up there.
Why is it this? This isn't a pulley. Who ran it
told
through
you
here?
that.
Who ran it through here? This is gonna kill us.
It'll work.
Not this. That's.
That's a,
We lift at the same time.
that's a secondary pulley.
Don't step on those corners.
Yeah.
Obviously. Do you need another pulley? No, just take this bolt out.
Oh, the other all.
No, it's fine. We'll just have to.
Yeah, if you take this bolt out,
We don't have
be
enough.
through there. It's actually nicer because
I think if Mitch and I help lift,
Yeah, we'll get it.
then you're not holding
Then you're
the
not
weight.
holding
It
all that
holds the weight
Yeah,
and
that's.
disperses it.
yeah.
If you had
This
an
board,
actual
you think
weight-
is gonna be strong enough?
got 2 screws in it.
Well, if it
I got
falls-
2 screws
if it
in.
falls,
Cause it'll cut me in half and knock me down.
Just don't be under it when it falls.
Okay.
Yeah, hold the board. Yeah. Dude, it's not even in the middle. The weight's gonna be dispersed to that other side. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to lift.
Shut up, man.
You gotta shift the rope and the other side. No, that side's good. The other one, those 2. Yeah.
Okay, try that. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Little.
We gotta get on our ladder, you guys.
Okay, we got it.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. It's good, it's good. Hey, you got it? Yeah. Ready? Going up. Man, you're not doing shut up. Dude, oh, are you good, Tony? We just gotta go up like another 2 feet. I'm ready to lift. Because we're gonna have to get on the scaffold.
Okay, like go. I don't have much time.
Alright. Dude, you're not gonna hold it. Oh, we gotta go up another foot. We gotta lift it. Ready?
Alright, get off. Get off.
Once we're on the scaffolding, we can lift it. We're gonna put the scaffolding in the middle.
come over here.
Recessed lighting would have done the trick there. Increase the friction, man. Increase the friction.
Here.
Alright, maybe not that much.
Alright, we're gonna lift it up to
Hold on.
go on.
Let me give you some rope, and so I can pull up around that crevice. No, Matt, stay over there.
Yeah, well, they gotta lift it up. You need to lift it. Alright, we're gonna lift it up to step one. Alright, let's lift it. You grab that side, grab this side, and just lift it up one. And then they can lift. Okay?
Alright. It's too cold.
Yeah.
It's too cold.
Know that the only thing stopping that from falling on us
Is what?
Two measly clamps on each side.
yes. All right. Okay, we're getting off. Okay, you sure these are tight? All right, you're gonna have to try and lift it off the scaffolding. Okay. All right. Take pressure. You can let it go.
Let it down, man.
And then we'll level it up. Alright, I'm going back up here, lock it in.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get our thing done. We're come on. Yeah, that'll do.
Good job, Matt. Oh, we need a level?
Yep.
Yeah, grab one. A quarter, 2-footer?
I've got the 6-footer up here. And the 6-footer.
I got a sliver.
I got rope burns.
It's fully
You
loose.
didn't use that bottom pulley. You realize how much weight you would have had?
She's hanging.
That's what it's about, boys.
I was pulling all the way in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so for our bench up here, got it pretty well framed up. What we did is we just cut some 4x4 ash posts down into about 8.5 inches. These will be the legs for the bench. And then we mounted some L brackets against the silo so they're laser leveled out with these posts. And then basically we're just gonna use 2x4s as our framing. So we're gonna just rest them on here, screw them down, and then also run 2x4s in between it as well. And then we'll also put blocking along the wall. For these end posts, I kind of switched it up a little bit. We just kind of wanted a railing here, so we kind of integrated the railing into our bench. So we just ran this post up higher to be level with this, and then we'll use some, wherever I put them, basically 2-inch thick ash boards that will dowel together for our railings. We gotta come to length yet, but yeah, we'll use these as our railings, and got another one there. And then once the cushion's up, it'll be about to that height. So, and then once this is all done, we're gonna wrap the face of this with a 1-inch thick ash board, and that should be pretty good to go. And then we can start working on the cushions. So, yeah, I'm gonna start getting these things all squared up, set in place, and then get these mounted down as well. So then basically we're gonna be working on the blocking in between, and then starting to cut some cardboard for our cushion templates. So we got all our plywood for our bench seat cushions cut and in place, so they're scribed around the stone. And essentially what we're gonna be doing now is we're gonna hand them down. TJ's gonna hand them to me, and we're gonna take them back to our shop, and we're gonna use them as templates to cut our foam. So we're gonna cut the foam on the bandsaw, glue it to the plywood, and then once it's glued to the plywood, we're gonna wrap it with the batting, and then wrap that with fabric and staple it from underneath. So that's the next step. And then once we get the plywood out of here, we're also gonna wrap this with a 1-inch ash board, and we're gonna have TJ seal it up with some Rubio monocoat. And we also got our railings done here, as you can see, rock solid. got all our cushions on the top floor, and it was a little tricky getting them up here, but with 3 people, it actually went pretty well. So now we're actually gonna see how the cutting and all these templates that we made for them will fit in place with the cushions and everything put together. So we're gonna start laying these out. We got them stacked in order, going around in a circle, and overall these cushions actually went together really nicely. It was pretty simple, especially with an electric nailer. The only tricky part that we had was I didn't realize inside corners were a little hard to do for fabric. So when we built these railing posts, it just was a little tricky finagling the inside corners and folding them over. But you really won't see them at all because they're covered up by the posts. So we weren't too worried about how they looked overall. But yeah, we got them pretty tight. And yeah, we're gonna start laying these things in here and seeing how they fit. Alright, one in.
Good to go.
Yeah, these actually went in a lot better than we thought. It's the amount we subtracted on each side was about a 1/8 inch. So in between here, there's about a 1/4 inch. So they fit nice and snug. And basically, even with the stones, it actually matched the contour of the stones really nicely. So we didn't have any big issues getting these things in, which is nice. So we're gonna get some pillows to throw on the back. That way you can kind of lean back, and yeah, I think it'll be pretty good to go up here. Next big step will be the coffee table in the center.
All right, Jake just wrapped up the bench seats at the top floor of the silo, and we like the way it turned out. So we're actually gonna build just a small floating bench down here on the first floor, and that cubby to the right when you walk in. So we'll get that made up quick, and we got TJ in there. He's actually cleaning the floor right now, so we can put another sealer on the concrete to help it last longer and just kind of bring out the coloring and pattern a bit. So we're gonna get that done, and then in a couple days, we're actually gonna be busting out our Bosch hammer drill so we can blast through the backside of the silo, because we actually are going to be putting a gas fireplace in there. So we got to get a hole drilled for our vent, and hopefully we'll see how that goes. They use some pretty big rocks to build the silo. Hopefully we just miss them, and yeah, either way, we want to get a lot of little things done here in the next couple days on the first floor. We're a bit behind schedule, so we're just going to be moving fast and just getting at it.
trust me?
I hope.
Let me try pulling it, don't hit. All right, boys.
I'm gonna push.
All right, push. Yeah.
Big girl.
Oh. That is a big one.
We got our gas fire stove installed on the bottom floor, and this thing is heavy. It was tough carrying it in here, and what was even tougher was drilling this hole through the wall. This thing's 2 feet thick, and it's got some giant boulders in it. We were hoping to drill just a bunch of holes through it, but once we hit this one massive rock that was about this big, that was all granite, we realized it would have taken forever to drill through that multiple times, so we just ended up chiseling around it and popping it out, and just filling it in with a lot of mortar. So we got it in, and we actually like it so much that I think we're gonna do a gas fireplace on the second floor, hence our gas line we ran up there just to be safe. So yeah, I think actually now that this is done, I think our pillows came in for the top floor bench. So let's go throw those things up there and see how those look. Okay. All right. We just got all our pillows up here for our wraparound bench, and it turned out really nice. It's really comfortable, and I think we're gonna shut it down for this video. So far, we got a lot done up here, but we still have some tables to build. Next time you see us, we're gonna be working hard on that second floor. I think we're gonna take a lot of your comments into consideration and go with some benches down there as well. And we also have an accent wall planned, and it's going to be kind of cool because we want to throw a gas fireplace in there. So stay tuned for that. And also, we're also going to put a handrail on our spiral staircase railings, which will be a little interesting because we're going to try bending some rebar up, and we're not sure how that's going to go because it's 1 inch thick. So stay tuned for that. But let's shut it down for this video. We'll see you next time.